Welcome in! Sunday evening, it's Bourbon Night. Hello, I'm Chad.
Hello, I'm Sarah.
Happy National Bourbon Day to you, Sarah.
Happy National Bourbon Day to you.
And to you. Yes, I'm talking about you, the person I'm pointing to.
You are
See?
on such another level than me right now. I was not expecting this. I was surprised.
See, they think it's them.
It is them.
It is them. How's everyone doing? It's National Bourbon Day, you know, and you said this earlier, Sarah. You're like, I think we do this every time. Like, we
Chad goes, wait, isn't that in September? And I go, I think that there's actually two, because sometimes those, like, national holiday calendars get mixed up, or, like, people register them slightly differently or whatever. So I do think there's actually another one in September. But every year, June comes around, I'm like, it's National Bourbon Day, Chad. And he's like, isn't that in September? And I'm like, we do this little dance every time.
Yeah.
Next time I write it in your calendar, I'll be like, yes, this is really, there are two, and the other one's in September.
This is corroborated. Because, you know, there's Bottle and Bond Day, there's, you know, September is National Bourbon Heritage Month, then there's this day. Right. I actually went to the website. There's a website, nationalbourbonday.com or something, to see, like, what is the significance of today, and I didn't really see anything. I think it's just marketing.
But does there need to be a reason to drink? It is
well,
just marketing.
no, but...
Does there need to be a reason? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. What we're going to do, we thought we haven't tried to hit, like, all the steps and proof in a while, so I thought we could do that. We've got some written down. Of course, there's some gaps. I was asking people in the chat, like, give me an 83 proof, because I feel like, you know, if you're 80, you're 81 with Wild Turkey.
Did you just say 83?
Yeah. I know there's an 83 proof bourbon. It's something more obscure. I even think we have it. And then you jump up to that very popular 86 proof, which we have covered with many that we can choose from. And some we do have other options, and we'll kind of throw it out there. What would you like for us to try? So I guess to get us started, obviously Jim Beam White Label, probably the best-selling bourbon. We have a not made any longer early times 354.
I'm gonna vote that because we can drink Jim Beam White Label anytime. Sure. And also, if we're going to do this, I feel like, you know, with me in an hour, you're gonna get a certain number of drinks because I have to work tomorrow before I'm like, nope, I'm done. For sure. Do you guys want to see me spend one on Jim Beam White Label? I don't think that you do. No. I certainly don't want to.
Nobody wants that.
Not that Again, Jim Beam White Label is fine when you need it, you know, for the right place, right time.
You need it, yeah.
Good for you. But
yeah, exactly.
Tonight, when I have lots of choices surrounding me, I don't know that I want to just...
Well, if you want to grab that 354 right there and give us a pour, I'm going to go...
This is one you don't see very often.
Well, it's not made any longer.
But that's why I thought it would be cool to bring it in. So, Bourbon Bite says 3 minutes late. We'll allow it. What did I miss? We're just celebrating National Bourbon Day. So, apparently there's more than one. September 2nd is National Bourbon Heritage Day.
Ah, well, there you go.
So, there's a difference. One is just celebrating this. So, basically a reason to drink, and the other one's celebrating the heritage. Yeah. So, also a reason to drink, but educate yourself.
There may be a lot of standing up in this episode,
so,
in case I need to run and get something.
I just put a little bit. You can have more if you like. There's a long list, so.
Yeah. And this is one, when it was made available, I actually bought, and then went through the whole bottle and didn't think anything of it, as I guess you really shouldn't. And then it wasn't made any longer. I can't remember. I know this was sent to us. And it's before we developed our system.
Oh, I could probably...
We have the letter, because anytime anyone sends us a letter, a card, anything, we keep it. Just didn't have time to go through that file.
And find that.
To find that. So
dang.
Forgive us for forgetting.
It's been several years.
It happens over 4 years of doing a show that you...
Where you also drink.
Yeah, and this was also sent a while ago.
Yeah, okay, so real quick, super chat. The Sweet Tea, 1985, says, chillin' with Jose, both roasted after tubing the river and drinking bourbon all day. Hashtag Nutty Squad.
Nice, Jose.
Bourbon and sun all day will really take it out of you. You're going to sleep good later.
1985.
You will sleep good tonight. We were actually on a hiking trip this weekend, and so we spent some time out in the sun. And yeah, just doing activities and things, and it's like...
I hiked about 5 miles.
So sleepy.
Yeah. An 80 proof is always a hard proof. Well, this is interesting.
Ooh.
Well, this is interesting too, but Whiskey Behavior asking, what's my favorite quote from the movie Tombstone? I would have to say either
I haven't seen it.
From the same actor. It would either be, I'll make you famous, or I'll be a Huckleberry.
I'll be your Huckleberry is the only quote that I know from that movie.
Yeah. From Doc Holliday, which is Val Kilmer playing him. I would have to say those two.
Okay, cool. This has a lot of flavor
Yeah.
for an 80 proof, in my opinion. It's not what you typically get. It's got something that's... What is that?
I think we uncorked this on Alive.
Well, we haven't revisited it since then.
I don't think we have.
Yeah. It almost
Got some
gives
character.
an Old Forester vibe. Like a Brown-Forman vibe.
Well, it is Brown-Forman.
Oh, dope.
It's early times. Please welcome to the show, Sarah. Sarah, how you been? Where you been?
I mean, I know that in my head. Like when we talk about the bottled and bond,
it sounds like something I would say, and it just feels like we reversed the roles here.
Yeah.
For once.
No, I mean, okay, well, I know that in my head. I just forgot for a second what we were doing. But I think that comes through.
Yeah.
That Brown-Forman-esque nature.
Yeah, but it's that different. If you remember on our early times Bald and Bond uncorking, which is just a few uncorkings ago, we said that they have their own proprietary mash bill back when they weren't owned by Brown-Forman, when they were their own distillery. So the early times line is the only one that uses that mash bill at Brown-Forman, to my knowledge.
Yep.
So yeah, it's differentiated.
It's got, like, bourbons generally have like a caramely note. I think it's got more of like a richer caramel note.
Yeah.
I guess I would call it more of a butterscotch note.
Okay. Yeah.
Butterscotch and some vanilla and a nice toastiness, but also some of those fruit notes that we get with it's like Brown-Forman gives a vibe of like a vanilla and toasted oak and fruits. Like berry and sometimes banana, but mostly like berry, banana, peach.
Yeah. Sure.
So
I feel you.
that's what I'm getting.
Got a couple of super chats in here. Tony Joey.
What was that?
Joni. I did
Tony
it again.
Joni.
Tony Joni. Tony Joey Bag of Donuts. 78. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Whose birthday is it? Happy Bourbon Day. Can I drink scotch? You may. It's just a drinking holiday.
Blasphemy.
I do have Nick Offerman's Lagavulin?
Lavagulin.
Lavagulin?
Lavagulin.
That just sounds silly. Lavagulin.
Lagavulin.
Lagavulin.
What's this here sauce?
What? This is why we need to do that episode
Yeah,
with
we'll
Roy.
do it. Well, yep. We'll do it. Yes.
Yes, you may uncork that. I approve. We were actually just watching some Parks and Rec earlier.
Yeah.
So approved. BU Pegasus says, Happy National Bourbon Day, everyone. And hi, Chad, and hi, Sarah. It's Daniel, recent newcomer. Oh, welcome. Thank you.
Thanks
Sipping on an Old Forester single barrel store pick today. Well,
very nice.
Cheers.
Cheers to you. Mm-hmm.
Lagavulin.
Yeah, that's what I said. Lagavulin.
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 Lagavulin. We'll get there one day.
Lagavulin. So,
It's okay.
80 proof it's 80 proof. I don't know. Does anyone have any favorites
That are 80 proof?
that are 80 proofs? We always say we normally start out at 86.
Yeah. 80's been... But you know what? This might be one of my favorite 80 proofs.
Ah.
What?
You're going to... Oh, this.
Yeah, this.
Oh, okay. You were looking at that Blanton's, and I thought you were going to say the Black Label 80 proof version of Blanton's.
Is also very good. So
Yeah.
I was looking because I was like, I know there is an 80 proof version of Blanton's, but I know it's not this one.
Yeah, didn't bring that one up.
Super chat cheers to Clifton from Bourbon Bites.
Uh-oh.
Happy National Bourbon Day. I'll do it. Can't think of anyone I'd rather share it with than you two. Cheers. Cheers, Clifton. But I do take issue with the tasting that you were able to do this weekend. I won't lie. I dropped my phone down when I saw it and I left the room because I was so mad that it wasn't me also doing that tasting. He did Booker's 25th, Booker's 30th, and Booker's Rye. And when I saw that, I cried a little bit.
But
I did.
we checked in on your show in our limited spots of Wi-Fi out there as we're just sitting around playing Catan or Catan.
Catan.
Weigh in on your pronunciation feelings. And he was wearing his Bourbonnight shirt on live, so I'm like, all right, okay.
That eases the blow.
Because we've had all three of those. We only have one bottle of one of those, which is the 30th. Yeah, never together. We've had the 25th and the 30th side by side, but never all three of those.
Well, I'm glad that you got to experience it, and thanks for wearing the shirt. Someone asked between us who cooks. Whiskey Behavior said between us who cooks the most. That would be me.
Yeah. I mean, I do sometimes.
I like it a lot. Dude, you guys should have been there with this cabin food that we made this weekend. It was really good. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we've reached our 80 proof.
So here's the thing: we can't hit every proof level, just because that would be crazy. So the next step up that we recognize is 81 proof with Wild Turkey 81. That's just a proof difference. I say we go ahead and skip that one. We go up to 86 because I couldn't. And I don't know if anyone said in the.
I didn't see
Jefferson's
anything.
Reserve is 82 proof. Yeah.
Okay. So let's just go ahead and jump up to 86.
We're going to jump to 86. I know normally I think our default is the Evan Williams 1783.
Yeah.
We've done that a lot, so I thought, hey, let's pull out the very old Barton 86.
Oh, it has been a while.
And try that one. You can tell from the dust.
We have not had that in a bit.
Yeah.
Bud is agreeing that we need to do that episode with Roy from Aquavite. So yeah, it's on our list.
Just need to get that scheduled.
It's just a whole coordination, administrative, thing.
Yeah.
I probably just got too much. I probably didn't need that.
Tacuba smells bananas.
Bananas.
Todd, are there bananas near you?
Blink if you need help.
Blink if you're surrounded by bananas. Or maybe you're drinking Old Forester.
This has a funky note to it. It's like this might be because this bottle's been open for a bit.
You want to switch? You got more.
Okay.
Bloop.
It has almost like a soured note to it. Do you?
Oh, you washed out your... Did you?
I did.
Oh, okay.
Well, I figure better to wash them now while we're in this low-proof stuff that's already got a lot of water in it versus when we get up in the 120s, 130s. You wanted to switch me. You didn't ask.
Well, no, I just noticed that we both had the same glass, and I was like, but I set up a system to where we would have alternating logos. And then I realized you washed out your glass.
A system. I'm sorry I messed up your system.
It's all right.
Yeah, this has like a slightly sour note to it. I don't know.
Such a difference, though. Just those 6 proof points, you can actually feel a little bit on this one.
I'll give you that. The heat level I prefer with this one, but I like the flavors of that Early Times better.
Okay.
This is just... It had more going on. This is just kind of oak, vanilla, caramel, char.
Okay.
Heat. Like, which are great things, but it's flat. It doesn't have a lot of character to it. Yeah.
Sure.
I like my characters well-rounded,
okay?
In my stories, or else I can't relate to them.
Gotcha. JG Wentworth, 877 Machinal, says, lost my wit today, so just whiskey cheers. Well, you can't be witty all the time, but we appreciate that.
Neither Chad or I can speak or talk about
I
appropriately today.
Cannot speak at all this episode so far. I was saying happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
happy
Bourbon. That's not even right.
Happy
That's
birthday.
not it either.
Yeah. No, I mean, VOB.
Nick Foles says, alternating logos is next level. I would never pick up on that. I'm here, and I wouldn't have picked up on it if he didn't say something.
Yeah, I set them, and the ones that we start with, they were different.
Yeah, and it's not OCD at all.
It's marketing. WhiskeyAmbitions.com if you want to pick up these logoed Glencairns.
Says Chad to the person who works in marketing.
I saw Trav already posted that in the chat. Thank you so much, Captain Trav Wilson.
I just went ahead and finished this because. Yeah. I don't know that there's much to say. It's quality for price. Like, it's a decent value. I think you're getting something. It's got a little more aggressive heat than I would probably be in search of.
See, I appreciate it.
But it's fine.
For an 86 proofer, it's actually bringing something to the table that you might get in a 90 proofer.
Like I said, I just think it's kind of flat.
Yeah.
It's like heat for the sake of heat.
Heat.
So, I do like that feeling versus the early times, which wasn't giving me any of that, but I like those flavors better.
I feel you.
There's where we are.
I feel you.
Okay. Is it okay if I rinse? Will this mess?
No,
you're going to get back on?
Yep.
Okay. I mean, I have 3 more glasses over here, but I'm trying to save those for that higher proof stuff.
I hear you.
But I'll spill in the meantime. Don't worry. Whoa, lots of conversation going on. I wish I could read all of these.
Well, there's like a 3-parter there. I don't think we can. I appreciate the your typing skills, but
Okay, wait. I think I got a 3-part thing. Okay, from how do I say this? Jerome? I think. I don't know. Happy Bourbon Day to us all. This is a 3-parter. A while ago, I asked your advice on good bourbons for beginners who like to step it up in terms of quality, taste, etc. We enjoy Buffalo Trace. And your advice was, amongst others, Eagle Rare, Four Roses Single Barrel. So those 2. The Four Roses was great, but had a bit too much punchy with the combo of the 50% alcohol and the high rye. And the Eagle Rare was spot on amazing. So...
There you go.
Bottles like Elijah Craig, Larceny, 1792 are bourbons that could be a great upgrade for us. Do you agree or have any more suggestions? Oh, from the Netherlands.
What was the...
So we had recommended Four Roses Single Barrel and Eagle Rare.
Right. And he's saying bottles like Elijah Craig, Larceny, 1792 are bourbons that could be...
Right, and is there anything else?
Definitely on the Elijah Craig. I think that's of those 3... Probably the winner.
Not a fan of the higher rye with the Four Roses.
Four Roses, yeah.
So, and the 100 proof. So something sub 100, maybe a weeder.
Well, the Larceny's
definitely
there.
The Larceny.
Yeah.
I don't know though. I think if you could find the Maker's 101, that might do it for you. Because it is 101, but it's wheated, so it's not got that spice.
Yeah.
Chad doesn't like my answer, so.
Well, I just don't think, especially being in the Netherlands, be able to find that.
I don't know. I thought you could find it at like airports and stuff. You could be on the lookout. Although
if
I
it's
don't
still
know
in the duty-free shops, yeah.
Who's going to an airport anytime soon? But,
Right.
Joseph Brazo, right you are. Cheers to shirtless Trev. Yes.
With the captain's
hat.
You need it. You need it. It finishes the whole.
It finishes the look.
Ensemble.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the. Oh, actually, wait. We're skipping one.
Joseph, we will cheers to you in a moment.
That 88. That Wyoming right there.
Which one?
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna drink this? Are we gonna drink all of these? Because I won't make it.
We don't have to. So this is
this is only the 3rd one.
This is an 88 proofer. We've done this on live before. This is Wyoming whiskey at 88 proof, but we've done it not too long ago. So then we jump up to probably 90 proof. There's a ton of 90 proofers. There's Buffalo Trace. It's Eagle Rare. There's Four Roses. This is one that we normally don't get into. This is Virginia straight bourbon whiskey. It's Bowman Brothers. It's 90 proof as well.
Made by Sazerac. Buffalo Trace 1792. So
it's pretty much...
It's probably Buffalo Trace.
Buffalo Trace, yeah. They do something where they can call it Virginia.
Trev says
I think it's stored in Virginia.
Yes, drink them all.
So I don't know. What are your all's thoughts on the ever popular 90 proof plain?
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably won't do this one.
Yeah, well, we did it recently.
Yeah.
We haven't done this in a while.
It's true. Yeah, it's a 375 of Wyoming. Or does Chad have giant hands? No, I have giant hands. Yeah. I think we're just gonna do this.
Just a splash.
Yeah, we're just gonna do this guy right here.
Brian says, pretty sure that's aged at Buffalo Trace and aged... What did I say? Pretty sure that's distilled at Buffalo Trace and aged in Virginia.
Yeah, I think you are correct, sir.
Perry says, dang, Chad with that beard.
Right?
He's working on it.
Oh, so tomorrow I finally get a haircut. This is my first haircut since quarantine. And...
I tried once.
Well, you shaped up, but it wasn't like...
But it wasn't enough because I was afraid.
So with the haircut may come a...
Beard trim.
Beard reduction. I don't know.
That makes it sound so much more serious, like a surgical procedure.
I'm going in for a beard reduction.
It'll be okay. It'll take a few minutes.
Yeah. I don't know, but I feel like I've never really had it longer than this, and I feel like I always kind of not give up, but just never go past this because it does, and I trimmed it, but it starts to curl up here, and I've watched some videos, and there's guys out there who, if I followed their regiment and like actually I'd be in the, getting ready longer than you, because it's like get out of the shower, you comb it up, you blow dry it a little bit, you comb it sideways.
This sounds like it takes.
Put in the oil. Then you get a roller brush and roll it while you're doing the hair dryer. Then you get a heated brush and you do it straight, but make sure you don't go under the chin line because that can cause the curls. And then you brush like
this. But this also sounds like me getting ready.
This is like a 18-minute video that also had sped up parts. I'm like, I don't.
Welcome to my world.
Oh, I know. It's like I don't want to.
Chad's like, let's do something. I'm like, I need an hour and a half.
Yeah, and I don't want to be like, yeah, me too. I need to work on the beard.
Why not? Self-care is important.
Well, it is, but I've never taken that long for things. I've always had short hair. I've never really needed to blow dry anything.
My preference is for like medium length beard. I'm glad we're having this conversation online.
Well, people might want to weigh in.
Maybe.
We'll
I think some people are saying grow it. Some people say cut it. Clifton says that's so extra. Sounds exhausting.
Yeah, see, Todd Cooper, I bet you have a regiment, right? You've got the oils, you've got the heated brush, you've got the hair dryer, you've got the different... I have like that comb that you can put in your back pocket type of comb, like from the 50s, That's the type of comb I have. Mm-hmm, these people are saying, you need this type of comb and this type of comb and da-da-da-da-da-da.
I'm a fan of one that's like not super close to the face, but like probably where you would normally wear it. This is probably a little long for me.
Okay.
Personally.
I like close these curtains, or we're gonna get a J.J. Abrams lens flare here in a second.
My hair looks great.
It's really lovely.
Yeah, really nice.
We'll leave it for a second. I think we had a super chat before. Tony Joey Bag of Donuts.
Okay, couple super chats, then back to the bourbon because we've talked long enough about Chad's beard. We got Joseph Brazo. Michelle says, cheers, Chad and Sarah. We're sipping on some Knob Creek Small Batch Select tonight in honor of National Bourbon Day.
Nice.
That's awesome. And Tony Bag of Donuts says, almost forgot about this. Thank you for that $20, though.
Yes, thank you much.
Kickstarter to get Peyton Manning on the show, Bourbon Night. Oh, you drink so good. Wait, what? Bourbon night, you drink so good. Have to work on that. Help me out.
Okay.
All right. Thank you all.
Yeah, I think in the episode I said, Bourbon Night, I love your shows. Thank you much.
I don't know if he would be... He doesn't seem like a super lively person to bounce content off of live. So, no offense, Peyton.
Well, we're also wanting to get Donald Faison from Scrubs on the show because he does.
So if you see him, tell him.
Whiskey. So if we can start that letter writing campaign, that'd be great.
So 90 proof. This tastes Buffalo Trace-esque. Like if I asked you what distillery did this come from, what would you say? I would probably say maybe Heaven Hill.
I could see that, but it's sweeter.
Yeah.
Might be more Barton.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
It's fine.
I like the higher proof version.
Yeah, me too.
Single barrel.
This one in particular is fine. It doesn't really do it for me.
Yeah.
It's acceptable. It's decent. But yeah. Okay.
He is Donald _Azon because he said when he made his Instagram, he was buzzed or drunk. And he thought he was doing @Donald Faison. And he missed the F and did an underscore. So it's @Donald _Azon.
AISON.
Yeah. You can just add him and be like, hey.
We will send him any bourbon, but we also don't want him to think that we're creepy people sending him open bottles of alcohol.
Well, no, it'll have to be sealed.
Right, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, well.
Some people, when you get to a certain level, you just like don't accept food beverages that people send you.
Yeah, we would do the Total Wine thing where we would pay for it and he could go in and pick it up.
Sure. That would be fun though.
Mm-hmm. So.
But that would just be like us drinking and talking about Scrubs.
Well, yeah, but if you guys aren't listening to the Fake Doctors Real Friends podcast where they're doing a rewatch of Scrubs, highly recommend it. It's good.
Okay. someone said, explain how Patreon works and how to support and join. You've still got some of that in your glass, so
Yeah.
Patreon is like a community where, you can support creators and artists and things that if you enjoy their work, and that money, there's different membership levels that you can be a part of. Ours is patreon.com/itsbourbonnight. So you get benefits. We're working on ours now. And yeah, basically you're just giving back to creators that you enjoy online so that they can make more content, different types of content. So for us, we get to do events or buy bottles or, gear for the show to make the show better. So
barrel picks.
Yeah. Patron support, kicking off new merch and stuff. Like we wouldn't be able to do any of that without the support of Patreon.
Yes.
So
Yes, indeed. It is
so important to us.
Become a very vital point of the whole machine, if you will.
Yeah.
Leaving 90 proof, there is a 91 proof in Widow Jane. That's something we haven't, it's behind the Bowman, something that we haven't done on the show before. This bottle actually came to us from Swan.
91, okay. Widow Jane.
Yeah, it's...
Okay, but here's the thing. If we do Widow Jane at 91, I'm going to say we skip Blanton's at 93. We could maybe do a splash of Chambers Bay, because it's been a while since we've done that one, too.
Yeah, we have Chambers Bay at 95 and also the Old Forester Statesman at 95.
Then I think we should jump up because I think we do a lot of stuff between around 100.
Yeah.
A lot. So
Yeah.
I think we better make a big jump after that.
Well,
or else I won't make it through this show.
Why don't I pour some Widow Jane?
Okay.
And you pour some of the next one. You said you want to skip. So Blanton's is 93.
But do you guys really need to see us drink Blanton's? I mean, we drink Blanton's
Yeah.
I mean, I actually don't drink regular Blanton's very much. We usually pull out the La Maison de Whiskey, which is delicious. But for the purposes of 93 proof, Blanton's is fine. Yeah. Again, in my opinion,
solid.
It's a solid bourbon in a very pretty bottle that has become extremely coveted, and I don't really know about that. It's good stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
It's worth retail.
That's right. So, while you guys are...
May I have the Chambers Bay?
Yeah.
This is also one that we have done once and not done since.
Commenting on that, we do have some What's News.
We also have a super chat.
And we have a super chat. So let's do Ashley's super chat here. She says, we did a live Bardstown tasting last night with their brand ambassador, Samantha.
Samantha is so cool.
She's great.
She's awesome.
I think you guys would collaborate nicely for an upcoming live.
Oh, that's interesting.
Happy Bourbon Day. Yeah, we're actually... we were just talking to someone else at
Bardstown.
At Bardstown.
We're like, when do you open? When can we come eat? Not till July. But that's okay. We understand.
I think their patio might be open.
I'm not sure.
But for the inside,
yeah. Oh, man, this is so many grains than what I remember. Now, remind me, where is this from? This is Chambers Bay Distillery. This is boathouse aged for a minimum of 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Batch 3. And looks like it's in Washington.
Yep, that's right. Washington.
So Joseph, maybe you're familiar.
Yeah.
Very grainy though.
So this, they say, it's 10-year Widow Jane, New York, from the limestone mineral water up there, and then on the back it says.
It says
Kentucky bourbon.
Bottled
at Widow Jane Distillery.
At the time of this bottle. I think that they're doing their own stuff now, though, too.
Well, they might be, but I don't think it would be 10 years.
No, it wouldn't be 10 years. This is definitely sourced from Kentucky.
There was, some news channel, like CNN or someone like that wrote this, expose about how they're misleading people and da-da-da-da.
Right, but technically it is limestone filtered if it's Kentucky bourbon.
Yeah, but
it's not New York limestone.
Yeah, not from the Widow Jane mine.
No.
As they are. I mean, maybe they use it to cut it down to proof.
So they buy the barrels, they use the mine water to cut it to proof.
Yeah.
I bet that's the way around it.
Probably.
It is. That does feel a little...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chambers Bay is the one that's aged on the boat. Aged on houseboats.
Houseboats. Super.
So I don't think it's
so much corn.
I don't think it's like ocean where it's actually on a voyage. I think it's just kind of bobbing up and down.
Right. Like trying to take what Jefferson's does, except for just using the motion part, less about the temperature change.
Yeah, it's basically those are their warehouses or the house boats. Yeah, this is
I mean, this is for a 3-year. I mean, it's still very grain forward. I think that it needs some more temperature fluctuation. It needs some more time. Don't know anything about the size of the barrels. I would want to ask about that.
Well, they contacted us, so we could actually get that information again. I know when we uncorked it, I think we had that information.
The heat level is nice. I definitely think that there's something here. I just think it just needs a little bit more time. Because, again, I get a lot of corn.
Yeah, that's a little grain forward.
But it's got other layers, and the heat's nice. It's got good texture, so, yeah, I think they're off to a decent start. Mm-hmm. But, of course, this came to us in 2018, so who knows what they're doing now.
Yeah. So a couple what's news.
More what's news.
We've got the 6-year, I think this is the wheated, right? Yeah. This is the 64% corn, 24% wheat, 12% malted barley, Wilderness Trail. Came in a box with a couple of branded shot glasses. This is 6 years old, and looking forward to opening this and trying it. And then, actually, on our trip this weekend.
Yeah, on our trip. We've been on the lookout for this 15-year.
Yeah,
found for a while.
15-year. Now, this is 92 proof. This could have slid in nicely. The 15-year Whistle Pig straight rye whiskey is.
Whiskey Behavior says, "Can we see the box it came in?" It didn't.
Yeah.
What box?
This guy.
Oh.
So it came in this wooden box.
Nice.
Whoops. Where's the light?
It's there.
There you go. Yeah. So shot glasses are up here.
Yeah. So someone asked. Colt said, "When's the last time you guys had to drain pour a dram?" So when was the last time we poured something out?
Never. We've never done that.
No, not just the pour, not the whole bottle.
Oh, just something in our glass that we're like, no thanks?
I mean, sometimes I set something aside on live when I've had too much, and then it goes. Depending on what it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, if it's something more special, then no, it's not happening. I will save it.
Right, yeah. And, we kind of treat this a little bit differently than if we were just... Because it's usually confined to about an hour.
Yeah.
If we were just sitting around drinking with friends, it'd be longer. And
right.
You'd pretty much... You finish everything that you pour.
But if it's something good, I will take it over to the couch while we wind down for the night. If
right.
it's not, and I've already had enough on live, I'll be like, eh.
Yeah, if it was, that first 80 proof pour and you're like, don't really need, we've worked all the way up to the top and yeah.
People were talking about if this is worth $80 or not.
I mean, not this particular iteration. I don't know. Like I said, this came from Swan.
I would rather have an Elijah Craig barrel proof.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'd rather have a Booker's.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, it's fine. Again, it's fine for if you said it was. Let's see.
It's 91 proof. I would rather have 94 proof Elijah Craig.
If this was between 40 and 50, it's got kind of like a marshmallowy taste to it. I'd be like, okay, sure. I get where you're coming from.
I would rather have a 90 proof Russell's Reserve.
I'd rather have a 94 proof Elijah Craig, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so this one's kind of a pass for us.
$80 is a lot. And again, it's probably because they had to buy it and then transport it up there and do whatever that it is that they did.
10-year-old Kentucky bourbon, but again, 10-year-old Russell's Reserve.
10-year-old McKenna. Now, again, people will say, well, you can't find that anymore. But generally, when you can now, it's like $40 on the shelf. So
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
You can get a 10-year-old Knob Creek pick for less than, what, $50, 55?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there you go.
For sure. Okay, so we have a 96.4 in Confiscated. Of course, we had this not too long ago if you watched that live stream, so I don't think we need to revisit it just yet.
Agreed. Although we do have some more of that blueberry lemon thyme goat cheese.
That was some good food pairing.
That's just going to be a snack this week.
Yeah. Then we're hitting that ever inclusive 100 proof range. There's so many things, bottled and bond or not, that is 100 proof. You have your Four Roses. You have, well, that's it. You got lots of bottled and bond.
Four Roses. You got every bottled and bond.
You've got Wilderness Trail. You've got New Riff. You've got Old Forester. You've got JTS Brown. You've got JW Dent. You've got E.H. Taylor. You've got
Keep going.
the new Wild Turkey is a bottled and bond. The one that we haven't found yet.
The Masters.
The Master's Keep. You've got...
That's enough. Rebel Yell 100.
Rebel Yell 100.
Thank you, Perry.
Rebel Yell 10 year.
All right, you're digging the hole of the list.
But I would like to do this
bottle. I was about to say no. Can we skip the 100 proof because we're 35 minutes into the show and we are just now breaking 100, and I think the most interesting things are yet to come.
They are yet to come.
However, I do love this bottle of Old Fitz.
Yeah.
If you ever go hunting for Dusty's and you see this, must buy. And if you don't want it,
this is not this.
Give me a call.
This is not this, but man, for the price difference, this is a better value.
Well, I mean, it's not the same at all.
No, but if we're going on value.
This is a solid bourbon in a very nice bottle, and that is a shitty bottle. Sorry. But a really, really great. I mean, look even just at the color.
Well, different. You're going to get less color in a more spread out bottle.
I guess.
So that's not really fair.
Sure. Okay, fine, Chad.
But both 100 proof. You know, this one I think was what, probably like 9? No, this is 11 years. Probably 110.
Yeah, 110. And
is
this
it like
was
$10 a year? Is that kind of the?
How much?
20.
20
or
maybe?
less, depending on where we bought it. Because I know we found some in Chicago that we got.
Oh, this is a good question. A couple good questions. Okay, from Clifton. Have you guys tried the new Knob Creek 15-year yet? Tried it the other night and preferred the store picks. By the way, can get y'all a sample of the Master's Keep bottled and bond. Ooh, we might take you up on that if we can't find it around here. We're trying to complete that collection.
Ugh, it was supposed to be in our area this weekend.
Was supposed to be, but was not. No, we haven't tried the 15-year yet. We do have it, so it's just a matter of doing an uncorking.
Yeah.
So yeah. We'll
sure.
see how we feel. That one's a tough one. When I realized what the proof was for the price and the fact that you can get the Knob Creek, I was like, I don't know about that. Whiskey Behavior says the bottle that we most, between the two of us, disagree on? Disagree
Probably
on.
Old Forester 1910.
I mean, you could say that, but I think that's one
liked it. And I was like...
I was partial to it when I tried it. I don't love it by any means. I'm not passionate about it. If you told me I could never have it again, I'd be like, okay.
Right.
I'm not going to fight you over it. So I feel like it should be something where we're just like, are you crazy?
I don't think we have one of those.
I don't think we have one of those either.
I wasn't a fan, and I know the world is, but I wasn't very much a fan of the Old Forester rye. And I know you
I think we're going to disagree. That would probably be the one then.
And I wasn't like, never, get this away from me. I'm just like, it's fine for the price, I guess, but not my fave.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that's pretty rare that we're like,
oh man,
so drastically different.
Good.
Yeah.
This has so many layers. It's got I'm surprised that you like it so much because it's got like a chocolatey coffee. Like
don't say
like
that.
an Irish coffee though.
Don't say that.
Or you guys know, like if you ever have like a dessert drink coffee where it's got cream and they put maybe like a chocolate liqueur in there with a bourbon. It's got like that type of a coffee note in there at the very end.
Trev, is it just the bottle? Like if you got an empty bottle, would you be like, yay? Or is it a bottle filled with this? That's your unicorn.
Gonna guess it's, well, who knows? He'll tell us. Let's see.
Tony Joey Bag of Donuts is with me on that Old Forester rye.
Keith wants to know, someone else said it was too sweet for them. Caden. Let's see. Right. Keith wants to know, have we blended the 1910 and the 1920? Yes, we have. We've done 2 blends, and we preferred the one, well, I don't think it's a secret. We preferred the one that was majority 1920.
But it just tasted like a not as good 1920. Right.
It was like neither one of them really hit the spot for us. Like, I think we would both just rather have the 1920.
I tell you a better, in our humble opinion, 50-50 blend is last year's Booker's 2019-03 and 2019-04. Blended 50-50 is our favorite 2019 Booker's.
Correct. Which is still, even if we put that blend up against my favorite of this year, which is just the
2020-01.
Because that's the only one we've had. And my favorites from 2018 and 2017, which doesn't even hold a candle. I don't know what happened there.
I don't know.
But I think not everybody feels that way.
Right. Yeah, right.
That's a whole beaten ham. Joseph Brazo. Oh.
Beaten ham.
It's beaten biscuits or country ham. Can it be country
biscuits?
I don't like the idea of the ham being beaten. You do?
Well, it's after it's ham.
No one said that.
You don't call a pig a ham.
Yes, you can call someone a ham. For being silly.
You've called me a ham before. You wanting to beat me?
That's what Joseph said.
Joseph! I was wearing your shirt earlier today. Only reason why I changed is because I got something on it.
Yeah, he got something on it.
Sorry. I'll pre-treat it.
Shows how much he cares.
Don't worry.
Anyways.
Yeah.
This. I really wish that we had way more bottles of this.
Yeah, we've maybe got 2 or 3 other bottles.
That's so sad to me, but fine. I mean,
I think one of them's a handle though.
Oh, that's good news.
Yeah.
I mean, take what you can get, right? Yeah. I'm so glad that you had thought to get those.
Yeah.
When you want to stock up on a couple bottles that are $20 or less, I'm all about it. Like when Heaven Hill Bottle and Bond was going away and he was like, I'm going to grab a couple bottles, I'm fine with that. When it's like $120 LE and he's like, 2 or 3. I'm like, what?
Sure.
No. There's always a discussion.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah. But then there's that Booker's 30th. You're like, oh, I don't think it's going to go. And then you're like, oh,
and then we got one. Yeah. We have 2. Yeah. And now I'm like, oh, I'm so
Well, one
glad.
is pretty much done with.
Right. Which is why I'm glad that we have 2.
Absolutely.
Oh, Jason Newman, you get a triangle.
You
Cheers.
get a triangle.
Loud noises.
Loud noises.
Soft-ish noises. Made it home from work in time to see your faces live. So glad you made it home.
Appreciate that.
Happy Bourbon Day.
The one, and Sean, who's Sean? Swan's here. Stop looking at us, Swan.
Finally off work, y'all.
Trev was saying the Old Fitz decanter is the sexiest bottle in the game. Let me tell you. Did you say if you?
He didn't, but we'll talk about it.
Or maybe he did. Maybe he didn't.
Maybe he did.
I can't pay attention.
Okay. We have 18 minutes left.
Yes. So there's the 101, obviously, Wild Turkey or American Spirit. We might, since that's only 1 point proof off, we might want to jump ahead. We have Fighting Cock at 103 proof. 105. Grab that Iron Root. This is a nice little 105, the Icarus, from Iron Root Republic, Texas bourbon. And then I feel like maybe the better jump would be to 107, which could be Baker's, could be Weller Antique, right?
Could be.
The old Baker's.
Could be.
Does anyone have any opinions on these? Oh, and Scott is saying, have you guys ever hated the lower proof and loved the barrel proof? Makers.
Yes.
Yes, actually.
Makers is the example that we use.
The 90 proof we do not care for.
Don't like it.
The 101, the cast strength, the 46, the private select.
Yeah, 90 proof Makers is actually so sweet. Like whenever we go to events and they're like, oh, we have a full bar, but it's like one of everything and they have Makers as their bourbon. It's like, do I want to just drink wine tonight? Because honestly, it gives me a headache. And I think it's because it's, I don't know why, it just comes across so much sweeter. Who knows? So we'll get you with the cowbell cheers in 1 second. Patrick Fulmer also, I have one of those turkey tail bottles. I don't know whether to open it. Special occasion, I guess. You'll see some of them still floating around out there, but they're becoming more and more, I don't want to say rare, because you can still get Kentucky Spirit, just that bottle. Yeah. Which is so sad, because I love that bottle. It's got such a cool vintagey feel. It was also Eddie Russell's favorite, but
we do have one set
marketing
aside for saving.
No. Marketing says people don't want this anymore. Right. Or maybe they just needed to consolidate. I'm sure that bottle is not cheap to make. I'm sure if you consolidate it and make it a bottle that you already
I mean, it's pretty
I
much
think they're using the rare breed bottle now.
Which is a shame. I don't really like the label.
But think about it, like, if from a production standpoint, you're already buying that bottle, it's probably easier to make because of the shape, you know.
Why don't we just do one in each?
Sure. Okay, that solves it.
I think Patrick.
I got him. Yep, he was talking about the turkey tail bottle.
Great.
Yeah, you should keep it for Thanksgiving. How fun would it be to open on Thanksgiving? Because who knows what we're all going to be able to do for Thanksgiving this year.
All right, Cowbell. And thank you for those super chats, gentlemen.
Thank you. Elijah wants to know the best bottle for $40 to $60.
I think a good Knob Creek pick, 120 proof at, $50, $55.
I agree with you. I also really do think rare breed. Like, the more we
rare breed.
Throw it into, like, taste tests and stuff, and just, like, it's so solid. I know you guys are probably sick of hearing that. Like, can you guys get a new, can you get a new one? We'll work on it. But some things are just, I just think it's like a hidden, it's not even a hidden gem. It's like hidden in plain sight. People see it so much where they're just like, I'll get it next time. Or like, that one's everywhere. That's not special. I'm looking for something I don't always see.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of like a gem in plain sight.
True. But I'll tell you what, option paralysis is a thing. Case in point, we're taking, it's supposed to be a couple of bottles of bourbon.
A couple. Camping. So naturally it was like 15.
We're like, we're the bourbon people. We want to represent to this other couple that was there. And so we ended up taking like those carriers of like 6.
So it was 12.
And this is actually one that came. I'm like, I want some good wheaters. I want some staples. I took some Wild Turkey 101. Took the Early Times Bottled and Bond. But I want some other like unusual things. Took the 2020 Bookers. Took the Sweetens Cove. Actually, we didn't break into that. I don't think. We did not. I'll say this. Early Times Bottled and Bond, usable for starting a fire when you forget lighter fluid. And inexpensive enough to where
it doesn't hurt so bad.
Break my heart. I mean, it did, but I wasn't like crying over it.
It was that or like a 15-minute drive to go get some lighter fluid. So we made a small sacrifice to the bourbon gods. Poured one out, literally. 1920 is also another good option for that 40 to 60 range. I think someone else said Russell's Reserve small batch. Totally agree. Elijah Craig barrel proof. If you can find it for 60 or less.
You could get actually a Russell's single barrel for 60.
Yeah. So sometimes I think those are all really good calls to everyone who shouted those out. John Wadsworth said strike Flint. It was charcoals, and we were having a really hard time getting them to, like, do their smoldery thing, whatever they do. Yeah. Todd says, it's great to be back in the chat after 2 very long weeks apart. We missed you. Yeah. Missed everyone. Happy Bourbon Day. Cheers, fam.
Thank you, Takupa and the Koopa Troopas. And then James Wolverton coming in with a happy national birthday.
Bourbon Day.
I did it again.
You did that one on purpose.
I did. Happy National Bourbon Day.
It might as well be our birthday.
Yeah, it's everyone's birthday. Cheers, James. Thanks so much. Speaking of James, I think we did it on last show, but the first bourbon distillate from Castle and Key Distillery is now out there in the Pinhook.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yep.
I thought you were about to say something else. I was like,
you were like surprised, and then
how have I not?
Like, oh no, I knew that.
I knew that. I knew that. I thought it was something new.
Yeah, and Bourbon Man with another super chat. Thank you as well. Nope, you've got this. I switched it.
When?
Well, they saw it. Right when you were grabbing the cowbell.
So I wasn't looking. So I'm supposed to know that you switched it. I mean, they're both good.
Ooh, wow. I wasn't expecting going from this to this to be such a jump.
Well, it's the wheat. That one's softer.
Yeah, for sure. This one is a very...
This has got that nutty oaky, like, you just know.
Yeah, this is... I was having it this weekend, and I was like, this is definitely a unique profile.
It is. And I think that's the reason why whenever someone's like, would you rather have the 12-year or the 107? It depends on the day. Like, I'll have to try them side by side, and depending on my mood, I'll feel one way or the other.
More often than not, though, it's kind of...
I lean that way, yeah. 12 is good. It's got some different things going on.
But it's 90 proof.
It's 90 proof. So, like, most days I'm like, I'd rather
That's
have the
17
107.
points.
Right. But then other days I'm like, wow, I really like the flavors that are going on. Not
Yeah.
that there's not in that as
True.
well. It's just different.
All right, we're leaving 107 territory. We've got the 110 with, like, Russells.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a 112-2 and a Maker's cast strength over here.
We haven't done that in a while.
We haven't. And then that's a pretty big jump up. I know there's holes, but, you know, you try to think of things.
We're
you're
trying.
Like, I don't know.
Well, 107 to 112 is not that big of a jump.
No, I mean after 112.
Oh, yeah.
The next one I've written down is 120.
So we could do the Makers.
Do some Makers.
We could do the Russells at 110. That's not very much of a jump.
Let's say we just go to the Makers.
Let's go to the Makers. Well, you do the Makers and I'll do the next thing.
The next thing's a pretty big jump, unless you guys can help us think of something between 112 and 120. I know there's, and without going to rye, because you think
Pikesville is where my brain.
but it's
my brain
Bourbon
went.
Day.
Yeah, it's Bourbon Day.
I know there's got to be plenty of like
Where's
picks.
that? Someone's at Pikesville.
Yeah.
Old Fort 1920. But where is that?
Oh, that's all.
It's all the way downstairs.
Oh, it's all the way. It's a whole thing.
It's
a whole
like
thing.
in the back. It's like downstairs. Old Granddad. Ooh, that's a good call.
Oh, 114.
Is that up here?
That's up here. Yeah. I'll get it. I need a stand.
You get it. Click
Okay.
that button. Whoops. Good call with the Old Granddad. That's right over there. One of us will do Makers and one of us will do Old Granddad. And then next we can either do Medley, Knob Creek. We got a lot of options. You guys know this. We are excited about this closer. Got Medley Brothers, Knob Creek, Stag Jr., Booker's, and a very special Elijah Craig. Barrel proof.
Oh, yeah. I feel like we
have
had
a lot of
a
chats.
bourbon man
Yeah,
also. You pour yours and I'll
Here, I'll scroll up.
okay. Well then, here, I'll pour you.
Please do. Okay. Bourbon Man with another $2 super chat says, Happy National Bourbon Day, everyone.
Thank you much.
Thank you. Kilco says, Happy Unbirthday. And I'm just now hearing the scene from Alice in Wonderland where they new cup moved down. That whole
Change
bit.
places.
Change places.
He's sipping on some Wild Turkey 101.
Yep.
Spa cans,
Live long and
glasses,
prosper.
beer glass.
That's a tumbler for a bourbon.
Oh, okay, good.
With rocks. So, JG says, when and what next blind flight? Where are you in Kentucky? We're in Lexington.
Mm-hmm.
I won't tell you our exact location.
Yeah.
And when and what next blind flight?
When? I don't know. Maybe in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, we've got some other projects in the works
Yeah.
too.
And what? It might be that one that we listed on Patreon and got some feedback on.
Okay.
And that's all we'll say.
Oh, that's it?
It's a more creative one.
Okay. Okay.
Tony.
I don't know if I gave you guys a triangle, but I'll just give everyone a triangle.
Yeah.
Tony says, back from Maine, had Tamworth Distillery man... what? Tamworth Distillery man in the mountain bourbon and finished with friends around a fire one night. Not bad at all.
We did the
And
same.
Around a fire is the best way.
Yes. Did
Yes,
some
yes.
long exposure photography.
Very cool stuff.
Very cool.
Let's see. Ed says, Happy Bourbon Day, y'all. Thank you, Ed.
Thank you much.
And Brian says, sipping on Old Granddad 114 with you. Happy
Me
Bourbon
too,
Day.
Brian.
Hey, we're together. Look at us. Twins.
Twinning.
Twinning.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I do like this.
Woo-wee.
It is like got a very specific toasted note. Almost like a cherry flavored oak lit on fire.
James is drinking some Stag Jr. We have that on our list.
Sweet.
That's up there.
That
Great thing
sounds
about
good.
Stag is there's so many different proof levels. You know, you could get a lower one, you could get a higher one.
But we can have the 12
I think I brought up the 10.
but I like the 12.
I know.
Sorry.
I think I just brought
When
the...
you become picky about what number Stag.
But I like the 12th
But I like
release
the
of
12th
Stag
release.
Jr.
No,
I
it's
brought
just
up the 10.
Ugh, get out. You hate me. He doesn't even love me anymore.
I usually now pick the one that needs the most, you know.
Yeah.
needs to be drunk
Which
on.
is fair.
Yeah.
We're redoing our organization system right now.
It's getting so close,
It's getting
everybody.
so close to being able to show you guys. We're really excited. Whiskey Central had said earlier that it's the first live show that they've been able to catch. So thank you so much for joining. So happy that you could do that.
Yeah,
Sorry that I forgot until just now.
We got Perry back in here. We got Swan in here.
Perry's got probably some sun, a nice little vacation glow.
Mm-hmm. Got a lot.
He deserved it.
We got Takuba back in here after a 2-week hiatus. We got Tony in here. We got a lot of our faves. Even Joseph Prezos in here.
Don't talk about him like that. You love him.
When you're neat, I forget the fake jingle I make up for him every time.
Ooh, now I don't know. Oh, you always do.
Brazo Orthodontics. I don't know.
That's pretty good though.
Well, hey, you can
I mean, if it was like the early 2000s and I needed a jingle, that's what I would do too.
You'd be surprised how many people are like, "Oh, we need a jingle."
Perry says he's peeling at the moment. Well, don't worry. When that's done, you'll be glowing.
Yeah.
Papa Pear
You're
Bear.
so deep. You're like an onion. You peel.
Gross. Makes me cry.
I gotta go 114 between the two, but I think it's tough. The kick of the rye to a wheater. I don't think you should have them back to back.
It's
really.
probably not fair.
No, it's not fair.
I don't know though. I mean, yes, agreed.
Yeah.
But I think this holds its own.
I think we're just normally more in the mood for a rye.
I think that
Yeah.
charred oak that I was talking about, like, I mean, obviously it's charred oak, duh, it's bourbon, but it's really coming through here. I think that puts up a bit of a fight.
Sure, and we were saying the other day, I feel like
The cherry is the only thing that I'm like, meh.
the higher proof you go, the harder it is to identify a wheater as a wheater.
It's so hard because you're getting the
proof
heat.
Is
so you're like
masking.
Is masking that, like you're
lack
like
of rye.
Right, I think it covers up the fact that it's got that sweetness coming through.
Yeah.
So let's see. Okay, we got Cletus saying, "Great call on that Booker's blend." Thank you. We did some experimenting.
Tell you what, Whiskey Behavior is hitting us with some great questions tonight.
Yeah.
Favorite 80s movie you can still rewatch and enjoy? I would have to say Goonies.
Oh, I got lots of them.
Yeah.
Goonies is one. Weird Science.
Weird Science
is so good.
Probably Short Circuit, although I haven't seen it in a long time.
I don't know. I got lots of things.
I think 89. I think that was Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
Which is real nice.
Real nice. Yeah, lots of them. I mean, I could go on. Right now I'm like, wait, what year was that in?
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
85.
Yes, we actually were just watching that.
We just rewatched that one.
We just did.
Yeah.
We've been watching some older movies lately.
So many good movies.
Yep. Good stuff. Oh, well, Alien was 79, right?
Yes, I think it was 79.
Aliens.
Trains, planes, trains, and automobiles. I always forget which way it goes. I think that was late 80s. Yeah. 80s. So good.
Good time for some movies.
So good.
Yeah.
Joseph Brazo.
Oh, you love me.
You really love me. Do you get that reference?
I know that it's from something.
It's from...
No.
An actress.
They love... Oh,
it's a little Mandela effect. This actress didn't actually say that, but when people do the Luke, I am your father, he never said Luke, I am your father. But you need the context.
Is it Sunset Boulevard?
No, it's an Academy Award acceptance speech of... I want to say, who's the mom in Mrs. Doubtfire?
Sally Fields.
Sally Fields. I think it's Sally Fields, right, Joseph? Accepting the Oscar, and she was like, you like me. You really like me. But if you actually watch it, it's not that.
It's not what she says. But that's what people paraphrase it as, which is what stuck.
Yes. Yeah, see, Don knows. Oscars.
Dirty Dancing, yes. Okay. Although I watched behind the scenes thing of like
they hated each other.
They hated each other.
But they were in Red Dawn together. I think that's where they started.
Right. Yeah.
Wolverines,
so I got very involved in that.
Sarah Chalk didn't know. No, Zach Braff didn't know Wolverines. He was like, "What is this movie? Red Dawn?" He'd never seen it.
I've never seen it.
And they talked about it in Scrubs.
Oh,
and they had to Donald Faison at Donald_Azon.
What year was Tremors? That was the 80s. That had to be 80s.
No,
you think it was 90s?
I think that was early 90s.
Oh, man.
I think so.
Yeah, there are definitely some 90s stuff too.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off, absolutely.
Just like John Hughes.
Princess Bride.
Drop that in there. Princess Bride, yes.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Ugh.
Todd, are you saying like The Cube, like The Cube, the movie? Or are you talking about something else? Because we may have just connected on
1990, I think, was Tremors. They're saying
1990.
Blade Runner, War Games. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some great 80s movies. Ghostbusters. John
What
Belushi
year was Heavyweights?
only had to put a ghost icon. That was nice.
Oh, dang. Cube the movie. Yes, Trev. Yes. Cube the movie is so good.
Was Ice Cube in that?
This room is green.
I don't know if I've seen Cube the movie.
It's like a sci-fi thing.
Is it based off of Kubert? Because I would be down.
I don't know. Oh, Sandlot. Sandlot was probably early
That was
90s.
definitely 90s.
Well, this isn't a movie channel, is it?
It kind of is, Sarah.
It kind of is. It's kind of a bourbon and pop culture
Club,
channel.
Yes, Caddyshack. That was 1980. Oh my god.
Top Gun.
Airplane. That was 1980.
Was it? I was gonna say 79.
No, I think it's 80. Airplane.
The Burbs.
Airplane 2. The
Risky
Burbs
Business.
had to be
E.T.
90s,
Field
maybe.
of Dreams. Yes. Beetlejuice.
Empire Strikes Back. Return of the Jedi.
Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, but both 80,
Best sequel ever
83.
made.
Yeah,
Best sequel ever made.
No.
Fight me.
Not even up for
Not up for discussion.
Prove me wrong.
Prove me wrong.
Yeah. No,
Gremlins.
sure. Gremlins.
Yes.
Gremlins 2.
Glenn and Kathy. Twins. I love that.
Twins.
Twins. Oh, it's good stuff. How is Danny DeVito? It's like he doesn't really age much. He kind of looks the same.
He doesn't.
He kind of looks the same.
And I hear from Charlie Day that he's really nice.
That's what I've heard too.
Really nice guy. We'd be friends. Okay, let's move away from this area.
Yes.
We're moving up to around the 120. So, of course, you have Knob Creek, single barrel.
I don't know that we need to do that, though.
You have the medley pick.
Got it.
Which is something else we also took this weekend.
Nice stuff.
And is very good.
Like this a lot.
This is from Justin's House of Bourbon.
Yes.
It's a Bourbon Mafia pick. Shout out to our boy, Drew.
Even if you look at
Drew?
this, yes, thank you, Drew.
Drew.
This little emblem here is reminiscent of the same one that's on the Heaven Hill Bottled and Bond bottle. It is, with the little flag and like the things coming out the side. Yep.
Well, I don't see why it would. I mean,
this is sourced from Heaven Hill.
Well, sure, but I don't know why they would
very
want to.
of that style.
Okay.
Maybe it's a small nod.
Maybe it's
A little tip of the hat. I don't know, but it is. It's very similar.
Okay.
Well, I'm not looking at them side by side, but from my memory, which
Sure.
has proved,
Which has been fuzzy before.
Well, no, but they say like in general your memory is not reliable. So.
Oh, I know. It's a memory of a memory that becomes a memory of a memory of a memory the next time you remember it. Then becomes a memory of a memory of a memory of a memory the next time you remember it. And it's like making a copy of a copy.
Right. You're a copy of a copy.
Wow.
Would you guys rather see? We can do two. We got Medley, Stag Jr., which we've done before, and you guys have seen a lot. Booker's 2020-01, same
which
story.
Which are the same exact proof, 126.4.
Oh, then I think we have to do those side by side.
Yeah, I think we do. And then the coup de grace of the evening is our Elijah Craig 139.4 proof.
I'm willing to go a few minutes into overtime.
We already are.
Well, I'm willing to go a few more.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Lock in your votes now.
Okay, well...
So maybe we...
I'm going to save the medley for a minute. I'm not saying I won't do it. Maybe we'll just do it last. Because we're going to do the Elijah Craig, and I would like to have something else. But
sure.
I really want to do the Stag and the Booker's 2020-01 next to each other since they are the exact same proof.
Yes. I think Stripes was 1979. Maybe it was 80.
Ask Chad Celebrity Heights. It's a game.
Yeah, Celebrity Heights is a drinking game. You have to look it up. Yeah, 125 with the 1792 full proof. I didn't pull that one, but that was an option. Yeah.
Okay.
You want to just go to the Stag and the...
Let's do it.
Okay. Look what we've done to this 2020-01 already.
Yeah, we hate it.
This is Stag Junior Spring of 2018. This is batch 10, 126.4 proof, 126.4 proof. What are the odds?
What a fun time to be alive. Oh, that's too much. I did too much. Oops.
It's okay.
I can always sip it until bedtime.
Yeah.
But you really shouldn't drink before bed. As someone who knows some stuff about some sleep.
From someone who
interrupts
their
your
live at 8 in the evening.
It really does interrupt your sleeping patterns, but I won't bore you with those details.
Right. Granny's Batch or Country
Scott
Ham?
says 2020-01 worst ever? What? Oh, I don't.
Robot Scott? No, Scott Pixley.
Pixley.
Scott Pixley? It's like, does it matter?
I thought we
It's still
agreed on
Scott.
everything. No.
Worst ever?
I don't.
No.
I can't.
Well,
but if you don't like
peanut
super
butter.
nutty, then no. Then you wouldn't like it.
You don't like
He
peanut
said-
butter in your bourbon.
He's just laughing. I don't know. Maybe it was just to get a reaction. You don't like Big Red.
You're out of the will.
He's kidding. I think he's just trying to get a rise.
Well, it's working.
No. He knows.
Andrew.
He knows.
Andrew Wonder is saying 2020-01, my favorite bourbon ever. That's strong.
2019-01 was the worst because of ethanol. I was not a fan of the 2019-01.
Me either.
Well, the 02 was acceptable, but not my favorite. It was very off profile.
Oof profile.
Oof profile.
Oof profile.
And then the 03 and 04 from last year, we were like, okay, better, but still just not feeling like a Booker's to us, which is why we did the blend and how we came to that conclusion.
Yeah.
So agree with you, Gus. Country Ham and Beaten Biscuits were better. Totally agree.
Yeah. Between the two, it would depend on the day. I think we ended up picking the 04, the Beaten Biscuits.
Yeah.
But that could, depending on the day, switch.
Whiskey behavior, I can't tell. It's got an R in there, so says I pick Booker's over Stag Jr. every time.
Wow. But Stag is also, I don't feel like Stag is ever bad, but there's definitely those ones that people are like, oh, this is
There's
the
a shining
batch.
star.
This is the batch, everybody.
I mean, the batch 12 from last year, like for me, was better than the George T. Stag.
That seems to happen.
Which is something else.
Yeah.
When that happens. Like, don't get me wrong, the George T. Stag was also excellent,
I mean,
but like neck and neck blinded.
Last year, that might not be such a shock because of the low proof of the George T. Stag, but we've done that in a previous year too.
Yeah.
I think 2018, we ended up picking the Stag Jr. over the George T. Stag blind.
Oh, switch. Oh, that's so good though. I really don't even want to give it up. I don't want to give it. We'll do a super chat cheers real quick for Jesse.
Thank you much.
Jesse says, and this is something that we've gotten into before.
Oh man.
Which those of
we
you
might
who
just
are
have
regulars,
to end up make a video.
we might have to just make a statement. Those of you who are regulars to the live and other things have heard us talk about this before. But his question is, does Booker's going up to 90 change our opinion? My answer is going to be no, because I personally feel like it is such quality. It's such a, like, the proof is right. So, for example, okay, let's just take, for example, same company just put out Knob Creek 15 year.
Right.
It cost how much?
Over $100.
Right. And it was what proof?
100.
100 proof. And it's a 15 year.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's got the years, but it doesn't have the proof, and it's really high in price.
Devil's advocate. People all day long are going to say, I can get 120 proof
Knob Creek single barrel
15-year pick for $50.
Okay, but the year is not always the important part. When it comes to Booker's, like, I think the important thing to remember is that the idea behind Booker's
The
was
center cut
to find
of
that
the warehouse.
that barrel in that spot, right? That's what Booker No would do.
So good.
He would find that spot in the warehouse
honey
where
barrel.
they just put out honey barrels, and that was what it was. And so they're like 6 to 8 years old on average.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter. It was just like the perfect moment in time for this thing. And that's where the batches are coming from. So for me, I love the story of that, but I also like really love the output of this versus like a Knob Creek single barrel or whatever. That's just like any old barrel. I don't know. The age doesn't make a difference. It could be less balanced. It could be really over oaked. It could be a lot of things. Anyways, I'm still going to buy it because there's always going to be more expensive limited editions. Again, 100 proof, fancy bottle, costs how much? And there's two or three releases a year. Mm-hmm. But you gotta hunt it. This, always on the shelf. Yes, it's a little bit more than it used to be, but you know it's gonna be good for the most, like, except for maybe
I think it also depends on your flavor profile, but I just have to say, the cadence is off, but Booker's Nutty Squad, you taste so good.
Ooh, the Nutty Squad tastes good? Gross.
Well, No, I hear you. There's, of course, you can do point counterpoint and say, Knob Creek picks are always going to be less expensive, and in some people's opinion, taste better. So I think it just comes down to your flavor profile.
Right. This is definitely in our wheelhouse, so
Yeah.
we're all about it. If you don't like nutty, then that's not for you. Maybe don't go with this. But anyways, JG says, sorry, Chad, Sarah's leaving you for Booker's. And honestly, I'm just I love Booker's so much.
It's almost not fair in a blind because you can tell. Like if we were to do
like that stag
two
is
Bookers
good,
and two stags in a blind, you're going to be able to pick it out and just be like, well, I know this is the Bookers because of the taste, so I'm not exactly taking the bias out of my head. So it's tough.
And I also think people's problem with Booker's is that they remember because it has always been on the shelf. Like it is a 4 times a year release. So technically it is a more limited release.
2 times.
Right. But versus, something else that's on the shelf all the time.
Knob Creek.
Right. So it is more limited than that. It used to be 55. Now, if it were still 55 today, this would be the biggest steal out there. People would be saying Booker's instead of Rare Breed. Like
we got ours for 70, by the way.
Right. So I'm just saying, like, in today's climate, though, when you have things like, again, like this, that are a limited number of releases per year that are going for 120 plus, 170, like, you've got the Masters Keep stuff going, and, one of those is bottled and bond, but you better bet it's going to go for over $100.
Sure. And people are saying that, the quality needs to increase or the price is going to increase. Well, that can happen with something that's uniquely batched, like Booker's, but things like Weller Antique or whatever, that has just gone up in price because of the popularity, that flavor profile should not be changing. It needs to stay the same because it's not a uniquely labeled item. So you can't really say, well, if I'm going to be paying more for Weller, which is also in most places hard to find, and gets more of a liquor store markup than a Booker's ever will, then it's like... But also to say, 2020 stepped up its game.
Right. So here's what I'm going to say. I think people are having a really hard time with the price increase coming out of 2019 and it not being like a superstar year for Booker's.
Right.
Totally understand your point of view. The fact that we started the year this way, in my opinion, is a step in the right direction. Like, I will pay $90 for this. I will pay... I mean, again... No, it's a lot to ask for when they eventually get to 100. I'm sure they probably will get to 100.
Right, but you look at the bottles out there that are $200.
Right. But so say you want to have every Booker's of the year. That's your book. Now Jim Beam is asking you to spend $400 a year on
All
Booker's.
they have to do is take their allocation and cut it to a fourth to where not every store has it. And people will be like, yes, I will pay $100. I will pay $100
But is that the world that you want to live in? I
want people to stop talking
I like going to the store and being able to find Booker's.
Yes, if you make this as hard to find as a Weller or as limited as Kentucky Owl or an Old Carter or any of those things, then people are going to justify the price. But as long as it's readily available... people are gonna crap on the price increase.
Why don't you guys, if you're debating on whether or not you should spend $90 on it, give it a month or two, let us review it, we'll tell you. No, I'm not saying that we're always right. Again, if you don't like nutty, this is very peanut buttery, you would probably not like this bottle.
Shut up and take my money.
If you buy it and don't like it, give me.
Give me.
I'll pay
accept
open bottle price.
All the open bottles of Booker's that you don't like.
I feel,
yeah. Sorry if we went off on a little...
I get very passionate.
Tirade.
Well, I think it's a good debate, though, because I think it's like...
We're going to have to make that video.
I think it's a larger issue. It's not just about Booker's. It's about, the rising price of whiskey in a climate where everyone's coming out with a limited edition all the time that you can chase, or you've got your staples that are on the shelf that are slowly creeping up in price. And then you've got new craft stuff and new bottom shelf stuff filling in all the time. So, like... There's so many options. Why continue to spend $90 on this? I think is like the point of a debate.
Sure.
So I do feel passionately.
If it started to disappear, people would feel differently. Tony, Joey, bag of donuts. Where is 2020-02? We're in June. Has anyone seen it? No.
Haven't seen it.
We're usually late on that game.
We still haven't seen it. And why is it June and we're just now getting the second one? Like, usually, though, we get the fourth one, like, 2 weeks into December, and it has to get shoehorned into our
and normally we
best
have to
of.
drive up north to find it. But thank you for that super chat.
Thank you. I don't have anything left, so you'll just cover me on that one. Eric says, Booker's is amazing, and truly, I believe it's worth the money, and I'm glad I can find it. I'll just say, I bought a Rhetoric. One of my first very big first bourbon purchase was a Rhetoric 22 year. I bought it for $120. That was my first splurge.
It might have been 21. It wasn't 20. I know it wasn't the first year.
If I could go back and take that money and buy 2 bottles of Booker's instead, I would do it. And even then, I would have been spending more money on the 2 bottles of Booker's, but it would have been a better purchase because that was honestly one of the worst bottles I've ever had.
Yeah, we put it on the wedding bar because some people be like,
and they
ooh, I haven't had that before.
Didn't finish it. And they still didn't finish it. That's how bad it was. It may have just been a rotten bottle, but it was really bad.
No, because I've had bottles that I've opened too, and I've been like, this is...
So, when you've got... That's what I'm saying, though. When you've got something like that out there that's that much and touting a 22-year-old age statement, age is not everything.
Yes.
So.
Joseph Brazo asks interesting question, and I know we got some super chats here, but how does this Booker's peanut butter compare to the classic Noah's Mill peanut butter?
That's a really good question.
The Booker's is heavier on that peanut butter taste because it's higher proof.
Yeah.
But that
I don't know, I haven't
classic
tried them
114 of the older, like probably 2016 Noah's Mill, 2017 at the latest, was pretty special, but not as heavy. I'll do a little poppity pop.
It's not wanting to come out.
A little twist.
You almost lost that there.
A little
People
twist
ask
as you
us
go.
that sometimes. Why do we tilt it upside down? It just helps with the twisting and so that the cork doesn't break off.
It hasn't been super long since we opened
but
this.
it's been a little, and that's a real cork, so it gets dry. You know, things happen.
But it's not a turkey bottle.
No, those
An
are
old 80s turkey bottle.
Yeah, those will break off on you. You
notoriously
gotta be
bad.
real careful with those. So we answered. You're fine.
Yeah.
Jesse says that passion is well worth the SC. What's that mean?
South Carolina.
Was well worth the South Carolina. The supreme content. I don't know.
Thank you, Jesse. We will give you an Elijah Craig cheers.
Oh, that sucked, but it's fine.
The old pirate bottle.
The old pirate bottle. What proof is this again? 139.4. Is this the hazmat?
No,
or is that one?
that's
it's
gotta
140.
be over 140. So close.
So
Trev
close.
saying, I have a sample of Rhetoric 25 for my 25th birthday in 2 weeks. You're such a baby.
Oh, why? Who hates you? No, I'm just kidding.
Don't care if it's got bad reviews. It's special for me. Okay, I agree, Trev.
Okay.
No, you do you.
You do
Any
you.
bourbon that is as old as you are is special.
Once you pass your mid-20s, though, like, okay, Heaven Hill 27.
That'll be your last chance.
Then you've got to move on to scotches if you really want to get that year in, if that's what's important to you.
Oh, I probably could have got a scotch that was my age.
Yes, we could have, but you would have fussed about it.
I'd be like, oh,
But it's a scotch.
It's a scotch.
If it's a bourbon, there wouldn't be anything left.
Yeah.
Dry cork problems. Yes. Yo, Jim. Yo, Jimbo.
Yeah, this is the bottle of WoW from the Scotch Test Dummies. I feel like a very, what we call it, cornerstone bourbon for them, since they are more Scotch than bourbon. Hey, come over to the bourbon side type of thing. Bottle of WoW right here. Yeah.
Wow.
Bottle of WoW. That's how they described it.
Bottle of wow.
Bottle of WoW. Yeah.
Someone else said that too. So, oh, SC equals super chat. Haha.
Super chat.
Thank you, Clifton.
All right.
That's how many have we had? Enough.
We've gone from 80 to 139.4. That is.
We didn't stop everywhere along the way, but we stopped enough.
Wait. 60.4 proof.
Math.
60.4
Since we
proof
started at
points
the early times.
that we have stepped up to.
So now if we went back to that early times, it would just taste like water.
Garbage.
It would taste like garbage water.
Garbage water. Ew, I don't like garbage water.
Do we celebrate Jack Daniels today? We don't, because Jack Daniels is firmly dug their feet in that they are a Tennessee whiskey. They are not a bourbon.
We're also not doing rye. We are strictly
bourbon today.
We haven't been just Kentucky. We did Wyoming. Well, we didn't actually taste it.
We brought up the Wyoming.
We had the Texas.
We had the Texas up here. We didn't.
We had the Virginia, even though
we did the Virginia, but
Kentucky.
It's Kentucky. We brought New York up, but it's also Kentucky. Chambers Bay, Washington.
Chambers Bay. We
talked about that. Is that Woodinville? What is that over there? No.
No.
Oh, that. It's in a Woodinville bottle. Sorry.
Oh, it is kind of a Woodinville bottle.
It is a Woodinville bottle. Yeah.
The Wilderness Trail.
Anywhoozles. Dram Man said hot dog water, I think, because going back, but that just made me think of Arrested Development when Lindsay's trying to cook and they're like, what is it? I made hot ham water.
Hot ham water. It's hot ham water. Soup.
It's hot ham water. It's disgusting.
Yeah, currently this is our highest proof bourbon. I wish we had a true, honest to God hazmat. They're a lot more rare these days, you know? To go over 140
But
proof?
I think it's so hard to achieve that with what's going on here. Like the flavor, the balance, not make you have smoke coming out of your ears. Like this is hot. It's hot. Let's be real honest about it. It's hot.
Let's get that right.
But I'm still getting all the things that I love.
All the flavors.
All the flavors. All the things I love. I don't
Oh
feel like my
God.
tongue is burnt off. Like it feels...
I'm being hugged so hard right now.
Okay. Do you need an adult?
No, it's a good touch. It's not a bad touch.
Not a bad touch.
It's not the bad touch.
Speaking
it's not
of,
a
it's
bloodhound.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
It's
like,
not a bloodhound
do we
game.
need to turn the doll over? No, I'm just kidding. That was like an early episode.
me
That
on
was
the
like
doll.
the first season.
Rum ham.
Rum ham is the later season.
It is.
Speaking of hams.
Speaking of ham water.
But and we were talking about the beaten ham earlier.
Yes.
It's been a ham
beaten ham.
episode.
It's been a ham night.
It's been a ham night.
It's been a ham night. Hopefully we haven't been too much of a ham.
This is like...
Oh boy.
This is like some serious stuff. How do we... Show me on the bourbon bottle. We're touching. I need an adult. Wait, what did you
Now I need a mustard and Parmesan cheese sandwich?
I don't know. I would eat it. Is it hot? With the cheese melt?
Sound hot.
Chad just doesn't like mustard. He's fine.
Mustard. Or
Unless there's honey in it.
pickles.
How many minutes deep are we, Sarah Sound Smash? We are 22 minutes over, which means we need to go. Which is fine. I'm not smashed. I'm actually fine. I've been doing small pours, so I'm feeling pretty good, but not... Yeah. Birdman says, it's hot, but flavorful.
Indeed it is.
Is that... Yeah.
Put that on the label.
Put that on the label.
It's a bottle of wow. It's hot.
This is some serious stuff. Sarah with an H.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean...
It's another Arrested Development reference.
How to describe this?
The Parmesan and mustard thing.
Thank you, Whiskey Central.
I don't remember that.
Sound Smash.
Of course, we haven't... I mean, we're still rewatching Arrested Development.
We're in season 3.
Are we in 3?
Yes.
Okay, I think we just started.
Because they're like, someone please save the show.
Oh, right.
And they do the catering, and Lindsay serves like raw chicken, and Job's the waiter.
But how many like Lucille references did they build up?
They
to
did
him
so
losing
many
a hand?
seals and like seal references
and hand
references. That Anyways, that's a whole thing.
When his chair went away,
it's a season 4 reference.
I miss my hand.
I miss my hand. Yeah.
Season 4, yeah, okay. Now, isn't there, you can watch season 4 in a different order, and it's slightly better than the original order that they put out?
We'll have to look that
I know
up.
Perry knows it.
Oh, Perry will tell us.
He'll tell us.
What would you say about this? What do they say about this?
They say, wow.
They don't say a lot about this. You like whiskey? Question mark on the back. Become a part of the Bardstown Whiskey Society.
Okay.
Enter code. Do you think this is still good? How old is this?
This is probably 2016.
Well, maybe they're still around.
I'll tell you, I used to think I didn't like Elijah Craig because of that bad pick I first had of it, but I'm like, oh.
Beware of the bad picks.
Barrel proof. And the guy at the liquor store was like, yeah, people really go after these. So I was like, okay, I'll take it.
Thank goodness you did.
And then I just started buying them because they were limited. But then I was like, oh, but I really like them. I'm glad I got it. We have a sealed one of these.
We do?
Yeah.
This is like a relic now.
Yeah. I don't even want to know what they go
pirate
for.
Bottle.
Because
no, don't.
Screw
We're not.
That. Screw that.
We're
drinking.
Like, it'll probably be like 5 or 10 years from now, and we'll be like, we need to open another one of these. But it'll be great to have it, you know, to just be like, okay, we can.
Yeah, Perry, if you want to call in again,
we just go shopping in our basement. Speaking of shopping in our basement, you need to do that this week.
Go shopping in our basement?
For the bourbon, for a special occasion.
Oh, right.
Right.
Gotcha.
But I think this is a good stopping point.
I think Perry was going to call in and explain the...
But we're already 30 minutes over.
Okay. You have a limited window, Perry.
Not trying to be that person, but also was traveling the weekend and hiking and doing
He'll explain
things.
it to us this week.
Thank you, Perry.
Gotcha.
Appreciate it.
All right, folks, that will...
I'm tired. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm tired.
Bring us to an end. Hope you had a great National Bourbon Day. It's only fitting that we went a little bit into extra, well, not even a little bit, a pretty good amount into extra
50%
innings.
extra time.
But we had quite a proof jump to go, so it's no wonder. But thanks so much, guys. If this is your first chat with us, thanks for joining. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Hit it. Thumbs up, which is always good for us. They put it in the chat, but whiskyambitions.com is where you can get our stuff.
Sure.
So cool. There's bottles in the way that I'm gonna have to move so I can hit the stop button.
Okay, you do that. We do have a lot of bottles.
Take this Old Forester Statesman.
No, Perry, you take this Old Forester Statesman.
Perry,
come get this. He hates it.
It's not good.
It's been at the same level for a long time.
It's not good.
So,
yeah.
All right. Anyways.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Until then, drink more bourbon, right?
Yep. Happy Bourbon Day.
Happy birthday. I said it again.
Just go ahead.
Oh my God.
Just turn it off.
What's wrong with me?
Just